Brad's Status stars Ben Stiller as a father who's going through a bit of a midlife crisis. He's taking his son to various interviews at colleges that he's hoping to get into. He's really hoping he can get into Harvard, but he's not sure. While he's doing all of this, he's trying to connect with his son because he feels like this might be the last trip that he can take as father and son before his son goes off to college and he doesn't get those opportunities anymore. But at the same time, he's having a bit of a nervous breakdown. He's thinking about his friends, his very successful friends who have all gone farther in the business world than he has, and he's beginning to feel like his life might be a failure. He's not sure the direction he wants to take. And this movie is a meditative look at a man with those feelings. I'm actually a big fan of Ben Stiller. I think that when he's given the right role, something like Meet the Parents or the original Zoolander, which is a big guilty pleasure for me, Flirting with Disaster, There's Something About Mary, While We're Young, when he commits, he can do an excellent job. And I think Brad's Status might be his best performance. He's very, very good here, very understated. This film does rely a lot on narration, which for some is a major issue. It's never really bothered me when it's used correctly. I say correctly. Sometimes movies use it purely as an expositional mouthpiece, and it makes no real sense for the story. But films like American Psycho, for instance, they use it great. And so does this film. You really get an insight into the trauma that he's experiencing in his mind, and also the paranoia. Because I think most people know, especially if you deal with any form of anxiety or depression, that you often make everything that you're worried about bigger in your mind than it really needs to be. And this film definitely explores that when it comes to Brad's character. He's got everything that he's afraid about. At the same time, though, you're looking at someone who has a wife who loves him, a son who loves him, who might get into Harvard, a nice house, and while he doesn't make a lot of money, he owns a respectable nonprofit business. And you might be thinking, dude, shut up. You don't have anything to worry about. In fact, a character in this film says that to him. So it explores not just how we can take problems in our mind and blow them up to this epic proportion they don't have to be. It also shows how to other people that's viewed as highly arrogant. And so it doesn't shy away from the fact that people who have issues, but sometimes those issues aren't really founded in anything concrete, but that's just how you feel. So it's kind of riveting, actually, to watch him go through these mental bouts he's having with himself as he tries to figure out what his kid's going to do and what his wife wants to do. But at the same time, it feels like in his brain, his world is creating this environment of problems that maybe don't even exist. I really enjoyed watching that. I thought that it was a unique approach to a film that you may have seen before, where someone's going through a nervous breakdown of some kind. This film had a way of going about it that just felt more real than others. The performances are all uniformly excellent, and Mike White, who directed and wrote it, wrote some really snappy dialogue. His direction is mostly handheld, and it doesn't really feel like it has much of an energy to it, but that's sort of this film's goal, I think. It's trying to be a film that you can kind of sit back and experience purely from the character perspective. It's more about the characters and less about the director showing you a movie. It's just more about filming these people in this environment and letting us know what they're thinking and feeling. This film is mostly a drama, but there's a fair amount of humor as well. Sometimes those jokes can hit and miss. Not everything lands perfectly. There's a few scenes that feel elongated more than they need to be. There's a bar scene. I think it went on too long. But for the most part, I had a blast watching this movie. I thought it was a perfect fall movie. It feels crisp. The shots look crisp. Everyone's wearing coats. It just seems like the perfect movie for fall that really explores some interesting characters in ways that I didn't expect. I'm going to give Brad's Status an A-. Guys, thank you so much as always for watching. I hope you check out this film if it's playing near you. As always, if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.